Hi, I'm Nikhil. This is BrandBrain, a living company brain for marketing agencies. Agencies lose client knowledge across briefs, campaign docs, chats, decks, and team memory. So every new campaign starts from zero, and generic AI tools cannot understand the client's real history. Now I log into a fresh demo workspace and show BrandBrain starting from zero. This is a new BrandBrain workspace. Right now, the brain has no documents, no extracted concepts, and no queries. I'll create a client brain by feeding it real campaign material, then show how it turns that material into reusable agency memory. Now let's go to the ingest page. Here I'm adding 4 pieces of client context for a noise smartwatch campaign, a brand guide, a past campaign, a performance note, and a new campaign brief. BrandBrain stores each original document in Supabase as a raw source. Then GPT-4o-mini reads the content and extracts structured knowledge cards from it. These knowledge cards become the memory layer that the brain will use later for questions, citations, and copy scoring. Now let's go to the query page. At this point, the brain already has the noise brand guide, past campaign, performance note, and campaign brief stored inside it. I'll ask a question that normally requires someone to read all those documents manually. What made the previous Noise Pro 5 campaign successful, and how should we use that learning for the next launch? BrandBrain does not answer from generic internet knowledge. It fetches the relevant knowledge cards from Supabase, gives an answer grounded in the client's actual history, and shows the source citations used for the answer. This is the skills layer of the company brain. The user can ask natural language questions and get useful cited answers from their own client memory. Now I'll test a piece of generic smartwatch copy. Before scoring, BrandBrain first fetches the client's past campaign history and stored knowledge cards from the brain. Then it evaluates the new copy using an Ogilvy-style judgment framework. This is the judgment layer of BrandBrain. It does not just generate copy. It checks whether the copy matches the client's history, brand voice, past learnings, and advertising principles. After scoring, BrandBrain gives a better rewrite with a before and after score comparison. Now I can save this improved rewrite back into the same brain. The rewrite is stored as a new campaign source, and a knowledge card is directly added to the brain. So over time, the agency's best work keeps compounding into reusable memory. Now let's look at analytics. BrandBrain tracks how the brain is being used over time. It shows documents ingested, concepts extracted, queries answered, scores run, copy quality improvement, token usage, and estimated cost. This is important for agencies because AI usage should be measurable, not hidden. The team can see what work was done, how often the brain was used, and how much it cost. Now let's go to the share page. Here I can make this brain public with a read-only share link. This is useful when an agency wants to share a client brain with a teammate, a client, or a judge without giving them edit access. I'll open the public brain link in a new tab. Now I'll run a simple query from the public page. What are the brand rules for this client? The public user can ask questions and get answers from the brain, but they cannot modify documents, scores, or knowledge cards. So the brain is shareable but still protected. Now I'll go back to the dashboard. Here we can see that the brain is no longer empty. It now has documents, extracted concepts, queries, and scoring activity. This shows the full loop. We started with an empty workspace, ingested client knowledge, created structured memory, queried it with citations, scored copy against client history, saved the improved rewrite back into the brain, and shared the brain publicly. Now I'll sign out. After sign out, BrandBrain brings the user back to the landing page. That's BrandBrain, a living company brain for marketing agencies built to make client knowledge compound instead of disappearing after every campaign. Thank you.